Guys, Blizzard are just pumping out the content for us right now. So in the latest development discussion about the War Within, and if you haven't watched it, I strongly recommend you go and do it. They have released some updates, which is pretty cool. And one of those things is the delves. They really did fixate on the delves, trying to explain what it's all about, how it's going to work, and why it's going to be worth your time. Now, we know historically that Blizzard have tried to bring in some solo content. So we had Torghast, we had Mage Tower, we had a lot of different things, expeditions, and all of that type of content kind of made it feel like it was mandatory and you had to do it. Now, with the delves, everybody's kind of up in arms with it, because in one hand, it's not really going to be a mandatory piece of content that you have to do, otherwise your character's going to be weak and you don't want to be able to progress. However, delves are going to drop some pretty juicy loot for the people that are just doing Mythic Plus, or they are raiding, but they're raiding in like a casual basis, so they're not clearing the heroic raid every week and so on and so forth. So I would strongly recommend that you look into delves if you haven't already. However, something that they have said today is that delves don't only go up to tier 8. You are going to be able to get up to difficulty 11. And then once you hit level 11, it's not just going to become one of those really annoying pieces of content where you get to level 11 on your delves and then you just smash it every single week because your character becomes overgeared. They're actually bringing in hard mode into this, or hard mode versions, shall we say. So people will be able to actually go in and do harder content and get higher item level gear, which in my opinion is probably one of the coolest concepts I think they've ever brought to WoW. As long as they don't make this delve thing into like a mandatory, because if they do, then people will just start hating it and regretting it because it's a mandatory thing and you have to do it. If it's optional and the option's there to speed up your gear progression, it's definitely welcome to win the game, especially if you're just doing Mythic Plus and you're looking for a group and you just can't be asked, or you just want to log in for a couple of hours and just smash some delves. You actually have an incentive to do so, because it's gonna carry on that progression of your character, which is great, but also allow you to get to a difficulty where hopefully, even if you are super overgeared, it's not going to make it's still going to feel difficult, which will be nice for that to happen. They've also announced some lovely little UI buffs. I say buffs, rework, shall we say, and this is to the, if you're using LVUI, you probably have never seen this, but if you're using default UI, on the left hand side of your screen you get like this little arrow that you can click out. And this is going to be your raid, they call it raid utility, but basically it's your marker counters. You can restrict pings to certain people now, which is even better actually. I have to say that is a very nice change. You've got like quick things for like a pull timer, ready checks, things like that. You can also put your markers down, and they have now included a party and a raid version, which again is super awesome. Very interesting how this says tanks / healers, by the way. They are definitely trying to make tanks and healers one of the same and trying to differentiate that team. But again, I really like these little changes that they're making. I super hope that delves continue to be a non-mandatory function and allow you to do delves in a way that if you do them, it's a reward because you can continue that progression in your character, but you can also continue the progression in a faster rate if you do everything. But again, it's not mandatory, so if you do find it really boring or you don't want to do it, you can also do it in a group of 5 people or up to 5 people. So again, if you do have a couple of friends that need to do it, you can do that. I just hope it doesn't become a boring, null piece of content. So that is it from me. Blizzard just keep pumping this content, so it's really nice to see. Really looking forward to seeing what they come up with next. But I'll see you all in the next one. Make sure to hit the like, comment, and subscribe as always. I'll see you then.